Alright, so once again, hello guys and welcome back to our amazing course of Excel. So in today's class, we are going to make the calculation for our first app. So until now, you are supposed to have all this. So you're supposed to have this database in your computer in front of you guys. So it's very important to be very careful in everything that we will do. In this part. So it's not very hard, but it's important for you guys to understand how everything works. So the first thing we want to calculate will be the average of each student. So we will calculate it just here. So how do we calculate the average? Well, we can do it manually, but for the purpose of this course, we will use the function for the purpose of the course and because it's way easier. So very simple, just write down average, select the courses, so from math to arts, and simply click on enter. Next thing we want to calculate is the max. So what's the max is the greatest class, grade that the person had in all his classes. So once again, we'll calculate our max. So just write down equal max, and we select all the classes. And the last thing we want to calculate is the worst grade that the person has in all his classes. It's gonna be the min. So same thing, we just select all the classes and we click on enter. When it's all done, well, it's time to calculate it for all our students. So we simply select the 3 cells and we drag it down there. So this is the calculation that we will have to do. But the thing is, we'll not make the calculation here because here is not our calculation sheet. We'll calculate the exact same thing on our other sheet right there. So here we are. The first thing we want the exact same data that we have here. So you will have to copy paste everything on the calculation sheet. When it's all done, you want to delete all the data and have a sheet like this. So after that, we want to transfer all the data from here. So we simply click on equal and then we select the first thing there. When it's done, we just drag everything. And here we go. It's amazing. We have all the data copied. Very important for you guys, don't just copy paste the data and leave it there. Why? Because the function that we have here is a random function. What does it mean? It means if you copy it and you paste it somewhere else, it's not gonna be the same numbers. It's gonna be a random number here and a random number in another place. Let me show you an example. Let's say I'm copying this and I'm pasting it here. So as you can see, it's not the same thing. Here I have 37, here I have 7. And even if I refresh the page, well, it's not gonna be the same thing. This is why it's very important if you want to have the same value. For example, here, let's say I just have to make equal to this cell. So right now I have the same values. So you see, this is why I want to do equal and the cell right here. So we are going to make our calculation. So as I said, equal average. Here we go. So the average of this, same thing. All right, amazing. Now it's time to do the exact same thing right there. But this time we want to know the average of the time studied per student. So we'll make the calculation. And also the average for each class for each class. So we have the average time studied and the average for each class. We also want to know the max. So how much time student studied to the max, and what is the minimum that someone studied. All right, amazing. We do the exact same thing right here. All right, so when this part is done, we want to transfer this data right here, but we'll transfer it by making equal there. We'll not make the same calculation once again. All right, perfect. We have everything we wanted to know. Right now, it's time for you guys to, well, to understand how this part works. This part is a bit more complicated. So how do we make the calculation for the part right here? So the goal here is if a student has studied less than 10 hours, well, we want to receive a thing that says less than 10 hours. If it's between 11 and 20, it's going to be between 11 and 20, and etc. until 40 hours. So for those who said it's with an if function, yes, it's exactly this. It's with an if function. But it's not a simple if function. Let me show you how it works. It's a bit more complicated. It's with several if functions in one if function. So let me explain what I just wrote here. So the first thing you guys want to do is create an if and function. So for our first calculation right here, we're gonna write equal if C4, which is the cell right here, is greater or equal to 10. So the first calculation will be if this cell, the cell C4, is greater or equal to 10. Well, if it's less than 10, so greater or equal to 10, it's gonna be the cell right here. If the cell is greater or equal to 10, we will return this cell, the cell that says less than 10 hours. Well, it should be 10 hours or less. So it's gonna return this cell. Then that's the value if it's true. If it's false, if it's 20 hours, well, we'll write down another if function. This time it's gonna be if and function. Why n? Because we'll have to make two calculations. It has to respect two calculations before we will be able to, well, to give the second to give it the second thing right here. Why? Let me explain. So the first calculation that we have to do is C4 will have to be greater or equal than 20. That's the first calculation. So if it's greater or equal to 20, it works. Also, it has to be greater than 10. So if those two calculations are true, we return R4, which is between 11 and 20 hours. So as you can see, it starts to make sense slowly. So it looks complicated, but it's easier than you think. So if the value is true, as it is here, 20 hours, so we return R4. If it's false, well, we write down another if function. If it's false, we want to know if the value is between 21 and 30. So once again, we have to do two calculations. So we write down if and C4 is greater or equal to 30. Well, smaller or equal to 30. And if C4 is greater than 20. If it is, well, amazing. We're gonna return this value here that says between 21 and 30 hours. If not, well, we will have another calculation to make, which is, that's the value if it's false. Write down if and C4 is equal or smaller than 40, and C4 is greater than 30. If those two calculations are met, we return R6. And in the end, if none of those calculations is true, well, we only return 0. And after that, you will have to close the parentheses. After that, we click on enter, and we have our answer. Very important, you have to write the right amount of parentheses. If not, you will see it's not gonna work. After that, what we do? Well, very simple, we just drag it down here. Oh no, it doesn't work. Well, why? It's very simple. It's because we didn't lock our function. We didn't put dollar signs. Let me show you why. So as you can see here, guys, well, if you don't put dollar signs, those cells will go down there. So what we have to do, we simply go down to our first function, and we have to lock the 4 cells right here, which are R3, R4, R5, and R6. R6? Yeah, R6. All right, so we just lock down those cells. We put dollar signs in front of them. Very important, you don't have to lock down all the cells, because if you lock down all the cells, well, it will not make sense. Here we go. We just have to lock down 4 cells, which are, as I said, error 3, 4, 5, and 6. Amazing. When those cells are locked, we simply drag everything down. And as we can see, well, we have our answers to everything. All right, at this point, we have all our calculations done. We want to transfer this data over here. So we simply write down equal, and we transfer our data here. We do the exact same thing for the rest. And that's it. So when it's all done, this is, well, it's amazing. We have all the calculations that we need to create our app. So right now we have our, well, our average, min, max, and we have all our calculations that we wanted to be able to create our app. So that's it for this class, guys, and see you all in our next class, where we are going to manipulate everything and create a dashboard for our app.